Hey, what is up, guys? It's been a while since I've done a video like this, but the Amazon sales are on. So I thought I'd quickly just recommend a few earphones to you that I think should get a little more attention, especially considering there are a lot of mass market products out there. These you will benefit from in terms of sound more than anything else, as well as some features. So anyway, a lot of these, well, they vary in prices. So I'd say they're around 4,000 to maybe around 8,000 rupees worth if you're looking for earphones in that price segment. Let's quickly jump into how these are built. So of course you can see some earphones from the BBK group. From Earfun, this is a little boutique brand that has been making some terrific stuff over the last few years, and I've been lucky enough to review them. And of course you do have two sets from JBL. Now all these earphones I do like a lot because of the way they sound to a certain extent. Now what I really do like here is that none of these have a glossy finish. It's nice to see that the industry has been moving away from their glossy finish, because all of these will not show age like a glossy finished case. All of these do have some sort of a matte finish. Now what the ones that really do stand out separately are, well, the Realme, it's got this sort of leatherette sort of finish on it. It's definitely very neatly done, along with a brushed metal band around it. It looks very premium. I really do like the look of the OnePlus Buds 3 as well. That is a similar sort of clamshell case with a nice matte finish all around it. The OnePlus Buds 4, of course, is similar but a different shape. I do wish they stuck to the clamshell design. The Earphone Air Pro 3 and Air Pro 4 have a similar finish. They do show thumbnail scratches, of course, when they used a little more rough. My Air Pro 4 does have some scratches over here, but they are very light. Now the Earphone Free Pro 3 is the most compact one here, as you can see. And what's really cool about this, it'll fit in any pocket, shirt pocket, pant pocket, you name it. And despite its size, it does support wireless charging as well. This, in fact, I always felt should be sold at a much more premium sort of price than it goes at, but it's the most compact here. And of course the JBLs over here, you have the TuneBeam 2. This does have the normal matte finish that JBL chooses, but the Live Pro 2 has a matte finish, but it has a sort of rubbery feel to it. It is quite different. It is quite premium feeling. Now of all these earphones that are here, it's only the Earphone Free Pro 3 that has a bud style design, but it is very tastefully done. It does have winglets, so it fits more securely, and honestly the overall finish on it, when you look at it closely on closer inspection, it does I believe deserve to fit in a much higher price category than everything else out here. And another thing I should mention is, of all these brands that are here in front of me, it is only the earphones that have more ear tips, so you get a better seal for ANC and sound. And the Free Pro 3 in particular is the only one that comes with foam ear tips, so it'll give you a very good seal. It'll be very comfortable for longer listening sessions, better for ANC as well as better for sound, and it just goes to show how obsessed they are with good sound quality. When it comes to their features, all of these are quite similar. All of them do come with an app you can use. I think it's only the OnePlus that doesn't come with its own native app, that you have to use a third-party Hey Melody app, as in it's not branded by their own folk. Like Hey Melody is not its own. Realme does have the Realme Link app. Earphone does have its own Earphone app, and JBL has the JBL Headphones app. Now where these do vary, I'd say largely, is more so with the JBL's having a whole bunch of controls when it comes to its call quality and all that sort of stuff, but that's only the TuneBeam 2. The Live Pro 2 is an older model. It does have voice aware and all that sort of stuff, but it's not as extensive with features compared to the TuneBeam 2. The earphones are kind of pretty simple and to the point when you look at the apps, of course. Now, of course, if you do want to know a lot more in detail about these earphones independently, I do have in-depth reviews of each of them. I'll try and link them down below. Now, one thing I do know that's very important to a lot of people is call quality. So if you're one of those people who wants to know how these will sound, or should I say how your voice will sound carried over to your recipients, here's a quick demo to show you how they perform in a very busy setting. So I'm calling from the usual place I do all of my call tests from, just to give you a sense of how much these earphones are going to be battling. So I am just about 6 or 8 feet from this road, and you will see two-wheelers, three-wheelers, four-wheelers, trucks with pressure horns, and anything that moves really. And unfortunately, everything around me, there is construction going on. This is just the way of the world right now. So yeah, these earphones, all of them do have a lot to battle with. Now I think all of them do come with about 4 to 6 microphones, but the magic is not just in the mics, it is in the algorithm as to how it's able to cancel out the noise and help your voice carry over to the recipient. So I have been on the camera microphone all this time to give you a sense of the noise, and I'll switch over to the Earphone Air Pro 3 right about
Now, so I am on these earphones right now, and one thing to keep in mind is no doubt if you're in a better controlled environment like office or at home, all of these earphones should do a lot better than they would with this kind of noise. This is, of course, the worst kind of situation you can be in with all sorts of honking. So this has been the AirPro 3, and I'll switch over to the AirPro 4 now. So this is the tonal shift between the 3 and the 4. You'd be the best judge to see what the shift is, if there was much of a shift, and if you're okay with either or. So this is the part where you are entirely the reviewer. You get to decide how you want your tonal clarity to carry on over to your recipient. So this has been the Air Pro 4, and I'll switch over to the Free Pro 3 right about now. These earphones are definitely a very comfortable set considering their earbud styles, but I do like that with the overall comfort. But yeah, this will give you a sense of how they sound. Now, I do suspect that the mics aren't not as close to my mouth as the other earphones have been so far. But again, let me know down in the comments what you think sounds the best from this entire series. So anyway, I'll quickly jump over to the OnePlus Buds 3 right about now. So these earphones, I think, did fairly well when I originally tested them, and they've usually been a very good performer. I have liked these earphones all in all, but again, on the call front, this is the quick demo to let you know how your voice would carry over to your recipient in this kind of environment. But anyway, I'll jump over to the OnePlus Buds 4 right about now. So this is the overall experience you can have with the OnePlus Buds 4 tonal quality. I think the comparison between the two is best decided by you because the 3 was the previous recording, and this recording is, of course, the OnePlus Buds 4. So it should give you an idea as to which one is slightly better or slightly worse. And I hope that this gives you a better understanding between those two. But anyway, I'll quickly jump over onto the Realme Buds S7 Pro microphone right about now. So this is the overall vocal tonality you can expect with these earphones in particular. Now, of course, all these earphones, one thing I forgot to mention is that all of them are on their latest softwares. I did a quick check to make sure that all of them have been updated. A few of them did. I don't think this was one of them. But yeah, this is the overall vocal tonality you can expect to carry over to your recipient in this kind of setting with these earphones. And right now, I'll quickly jump over to the JBL Live Pro 2 microphone right about now. So this is the vocal tonality you can expect to carry on over with these earphones. Now, these were very premium when they first came out. They're going on some terrific deals that I've seen online right now. So I'm not too sure how good this will be with overall vocal tonality carrying over to your recipient because this is, I mean, should I say, was premium, but it was very expensive back then. But technology has evolved so much with the newer stuff. So I'm not too sure if this will be as good or better than the others. Again, let me know down in the comments below what you think. But anyway, I'll jump over to the last set of earphones now, which is the JBL Live Beam 2's microphone right about now. So this is the JBL Livebeam 2's overall vocal tonality. It will be interesting to see which one's a little bit better compared to the previous JBL earphones that I did grow up. Now the thing with this is, I think it's the only set of earphones that lets you play around with calls. So what I'll do is I'll throw up the screen recording up here for you to see. Now, when you look at the app, it does give you a sound level optimizer. When the voice of the person you're calling sounds too loud or too low, the volume will be balanced to optimal level. So the earphones are doing that in real time, which is great. You also do get a sound setting. So with this, you can, as it says, adjust the tone of the voice of the person at the other end of the phone. So if you're talking to me, I can move between natural, increased treble, and increased bass. These three options are there. But what's also cool is you've got a voice setting you can choose, which is mine. So you'll hear the difference. So right now it's on natural. I can go over to powerful, so it might be a little more boomy, a little more bass oriented, and the other one will be bright. So you'll hear a drop in the bass, and the upper mid frequency will be a little more prominent, so you can hear dialogue a little bit better. So this is the only set of earphones I know that does this from this lot, and both the Live Pro 2 and this, it's a JBL feature. They have a feature called Voice Aware. So when I switch this on, I can hear myself talking. There are a lot of people who do want this feature. So I can control how much of my voice I hear. It controls that. No doubt, it does let in a lot of noise from the outside in, but I can hear my voice, which does seem a little more natural and not just in my head with like what other earphones do. So these are pretty cool features when it comes to the JBLs. So anyway, I do hope that this demo has given you a better understanding for all of these earphones when it comes to their overall vocal tonality being carried over to your recipient. And of course, I will see you back at the studio.
When it comes to its sound, well, all of these do have their very different characteristics. In fact, let me start with the BBK group. The Realme and the OnePlus earphones, all of these cater more towards loudness and bass to a certain extent, not so much towards clarity. And I think a lot of people will prefer this or these earphones over the JBL and the earphones, because a lot of people do want loudness and bass enthusiasm. The negative with that is usually that for one, they get too loud and they have too much kick in the bass, so it can lead to more distortion, lesser clarity. Now that was the case, in fact, when I first tested the OnePlus Buds 3, but I'm happy to say that in the Hey Melody app, you can switch over to another preset called Serenade, if I'm not mistaken, and it cleaned up the sound of these earphones terrifically well. So I myself do prefer listening to the OnePlus Buds 3 on the Serenade preset, but straight out of the box, it's a little too enthusiastic. It's too forward with volume, it's too forward with bass. But it's nice that they've got the option. So depending on what kind of listener you are, you can choose what you want. In terms of clarity, resolution, all that sort of stuff, I'd say the BBK group is all right. It's okay. It's not, hitting above its weight or anything. It's quite all right here. The set of earphones that I think really does stand out over here, or do stand out, is the set from Earfun. Earfun, for one, is definitely a brand that's focused on sound. They definitely do want to give you not only good quality when it comes to build, they want to give you good quality when it comes to its sound. Yes, you can play around with some settings in the app and so on, but I'm talking about the sound straight out of the box. The Air Pro 3 and Air Pro 4 are sets of earphones that sound kind of similar, but the 4 does have an advantage over the 3 in terms of resolution, clarity, and slightly tighter bass. It's not as free or loose sounding like the Air Pro 3 is. It's definitely tighter in its overall presentation. And honestly, if you're looking between the two, if you can stretch for the Air Pro 4, I would highly recommend that over the 3. However, if you're looking for a slightly different kind of sound, in the sense where you don't want too much bass or too much size or volume in the bass, I would strongly recommend the Free Pro 3. The Free Pro 3, I'd say, is more of an audiophile iteration of what Earphone has to offer. In fact, they've got 2 different presets that they've paired with 2 fellow audiophiles from YouTube, and these presets are tuned very well. And honestly, if you're looking for detailed resolution, clarity, every single detail, every nuance you want to hear in your music, go for the Free Pro 3, because it's genuinely very well tuned. In fact, what's I think really impressive about it, I think it's the one set of earphones that has the smallest driver of all of these. I think it comes with a 7mm wool composite driver, and despite the size, it's a very good performer in terms of bass. In fact, it's the definition of you don't need a large driver for big bass. It's a very good performer here. It's tight, it's well defined, and overall resolution is terrific. So if you are an audiophile on the move and you want something wireless, this is something I definitely recommend to you. If you're someone who wants to toy around with the audiophile hobby and get into it, go for the Free Pro 3 for certain. And then moving on to the JBL, well, the Tune Beam 2, I think, is one that a lot of people have come to like over the past, maybe it's been out for almost a year. And it's great fun to listen to. It's got a heaviness in the bass that I think a lot of people like. And I think when it comes to its overall clarity, over the last few years that I've been testing JBL products, it's like they're leaning more and more towards giving better resolution, better detail, better clarity. In fact, I wouldn't say that it's less detailed compared to the Earphone Free Pro 3. It's thereabouts, but at the same time, they try to give you a lot of fun in your music listening experience, so which is why I do like it. If loudness is important to you, JBL is not as loud sounding as stuff from the BBK group. The Realme and the OnePluses are definitely the loudest sounding, meaning if you play them at 30% volume, the OnePlus and Realme will sound significantly louder than the JBL and the earphones. I'd say the earphone after that and the JBL a little below that in terms of loudness, but in terms of clarity and overall nuance recovery, it's the JBL and the earphone that's up there. Now, the JBL in the Tune Beam 2 in particular, where it did impress me specifically is with the spatial audio. Now, when it comes to spatial audio, there are a lot of brands that are doing a lot of gimmicky things. And I'd say the OnePlus and the Realme are doing exactly that. It's very gimmicky. It gives you a very superficial experience of what spatial audio should be. It's not a very easy thing to nail. The Tune Beam 2 does exactly that. If you want to hear good spatial audio for your movies, for your gaming, you go for the JBL TuneBeam 2. They've done a phenomenal job with it. And one thing I will also recommend is if you want an even more bespoke experience, JBL does have something called Personify within the app. It's a hearing test that it figures out the way you hear and gives you a very custom sort of tuning so that your experience is that more immersive. Then moving on to the Live Pro 2. Now the Live Pro 2 is an older set of earphones. It's in fact, I think it used to go for double the price when it was first launched. Now why I've put it over here is because I genuinely like the way it sounds. It's got a very premium sound to it, and by premium I mean it's very distinguished. It's high frequencies don't push towards getting harsh. Everything is very well detailed with while staying mellow enough to get all the detail you want without being aggressive. No fatigue here. Mids and low frequencies are just silky smooth. In fact, when you listen to a set of earphones that is able to deliver sound to you as well as the Live Pro 2 does, and you go back to something more affordable, you start to wonder if the affordable stuff makes sense. It's difficult to go back once you are acclimated to something like the Live Pro 2. It's genuinely a very nice sounding set of earphones here. It's, I think, the most expensive here. And why it's in this comparison is because if you are somebody who's only focused on sound and not features, that's the one I would recommend. Feature-wise, it's not loaded, it's not packed to the brim, because it is much older. Feature-wise, I'd say maybe the TuneBeam 2 is one of the latest. It's loaded with stuff. In fact, I just updated the TuneBeam 2, and it's they've introduced and the capability of Auracast receiver within it. So you can receive Auracast signals, which I think is pretty cool. I didn't know it had that hardware in it. But yeah, all in all, if you're looking at sound, absolute priority, I'd say in this comparison, the Live Pro 2 is the most fun sounding to me because it's terrifically detailed. I'm talking from the perspective of an audiophile, of course. The JBL TuneBeam 2 gets very close to it, but it's not quite there, although it has a larger size in its overall base. And then I'd say the stuff from Earfun. I'd say maybe the Free Pro 3 I'd put very close to maybe the JBL Live Pro 2. They're both very good in terms of overall detail recovery. And then the other two earphones, the 4 and then the 3. And then I put the BBK stuff, the Realme and the OnePlus. Detail-wise, they're not focused on audiophile stuff. They just want to give the listener a fun listen. It's more fun, it's more loudness, it's more bass. So anyway, that's the overall breakup of the sound. So yeah, if you are looking to buy these, I think they're all going on some terrific deals right now on Amazon. I'll try and link them all down below if you do want to buy these, of course. And of course, if you've missed that call demo, and calls are important to you, jump on over to that chapter for the call recording demo so you get a better idea for what to expect with your voice being carried over to your recipient. And of course, when it comes to the pricing, I'll leave them all here. It's too much to remember, so I'll list them all here so you know what they cost. And anyway, I do hope that this video has given you a better understanding for these earphones, and I do hope that it'll help you make some sort of purchase decision. If you would like to help support the channel, I'm sure you know exactly how to. But of course, thank you for tuning in for some sound advice.